Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Anupma Biology Classes. In this video, our topic is ethylene and abscisic acid. This video is taken from Plant Physiology series CBSE class 11th topics, part 5th of chapter 16. Now, let's see here the lecture overview. So in this video, we will focus on ethylene, physiological effects of ethylene, abscisic acid and physiological effects of abscisic acid. So let's start the topic. Here our first topic is ethylene. What is ethylene? Ethylene is a volatile gas. Here you can see the structure of chemical formula of the ethylene which present in the atmosphere as a component of smoke and other industrial gases. The discovery of ethylene, the gaseous hormone. Ethylene was first discovered around 1901 by Neljevo in Russia in relation to the triple response of pea seedlings. In 1910, Cousins shows that emanations from the orange caused premature ripening of bananas. In 1934, Argenis showed that ethylene was produced by ripening apples. Here you can see that history of ethylene. In 1864, it was discovered that gas leaks from the street lights lead to stunting of growth, twisting of plants, and abnormal thickening of stems. Dmitry N. Neljibo was the first to show the importance of ethylene present in eliminating coal gas as a growth regulator of plants. It was mainly concerned with the application of smoke to induce flowering in pineapple and ripens banana. The active components of smoke was shown to be ethylene by Crooker and Knight. Ethylene has been used since the ancient Egyptians who would gas figs in order to stimulate ripening. The ancient Chinese would burn incense in closed rooms to enhance the ripening of pears. So the consideration of ethylene as a plant growth hormone dates back to 1901 when Neljubo found that ethylene gas alters the tropic response of roots. Dene observed that ethylene gas was highly effective in inducing fruit ripening. Zimmermann found that it induces leaf abscission. Subsequent physiological studies led to the discovery of ethylene as a natural product of ripening fruits. It is now well established that ethylene is synthesized in ripening fruits, flowers, leaves, and even roots and acts as a natural plant growth hormones. Now, let's see here the physiological effects of ethylene. Some physiological effects like the inhibitory effects on growth, tropic responses, suppression of bud growth, fruits growth and ripening, abscission, flowering, root initiation, dormancy, leaf bending, senescence, sex expressions, and negative feedback. Now let's start here all the physiological effects in detail. The first one, that is the inhibitory effect on growth. Ethylene prevents elongation of stem and roots in longitudinal direction. However, the inhibition of growth in length is associated with the radial enlargement of the tissues. This results swelling of plant parts. Redin and Loomis proposed that the radial enlargement of some roots such as radish may be due to ethylene stimulation of lateral growth. Next is tropic responses. Chadwick and Berg propose that inhibition of elongation growth due to ethylene is responsible for positive geotropic bending of roots. This response is caused through the differential formation of ethylene on geotropically lower side of the root. Now, suppression of bud growth. Ethylene inhibits the growth of lateral buds in the pea seedlings and thus causes apical dominance. It is proposed that auxins might be functioning partly through the biosynthesis of ethylene in causing apical dominance. Next is fruit growth and ripening. The growth of fruit is stimulated by ethylene in some plants. The most remarkable effect of ethylene, which drew attention of most horticulturists, is stimulation of fruit ripening. Stimulation of fruit ripening by ethylene is more marked in climacteric fruits. Ethylene is produced in mature but unripe fruits and then it initiates a chain of reaction that finally leads to ripening. After this abscission, ethylene stimulates the formation of a separation layer or abscission zone in leaves, flowers, and fruits. In case of flowering in pineapple, mango, and various other plants can be induced by application of ethylene. Root initiation. Ethylene stimulates rooting of cutting, initiation of lateral roots, and growth of root hair. Next is dormancy. Ethylene is responsible for breaking the dormancy of buds and seeds. Next is leaf bending, that is known as epinestry. More growth on upper surface than on the lower surface of leaf causes epinestry. Such type of bending is controlled by ethylene in many plants. Next is senescence. Ethylene promotes the yellowing and senescence of leaves. It induces flower fading in pollinated orchids. Next is sex expression. Ethylene appears to play a major role in determining the sex of monoecious flowers. It is associated with the promotions of femaleness. And in case of negative feedback, the release of ethylene commonly inhibits auxin synthesis and transport. So this is all about the physiological effects of ethylene. Now see here the abscisic acid, which is also known as ABA. Kahns and Endicott, while working on the physiological studies of the shedding of cotton balls, found that the chemical substance abscisic second is responsible for their shedding. Simultaneously, Waring and Cornforth isolated a substance that can induce bud dormancy. They named the substance as dormine. It was subsequently found that dormine was identical with the abscisic second. Both dormine and abscisic second were given a common name, abscisic acid. The abscisic acid can be synthesized in leaves and then translocated to stem apex through phloem. Here you can see that the chemical configuration of the abscisic acid. Now, if we talk about the discovery, unknown inhibitory compounds that affect the dormancy of seeds and buds were known about for a long period. Inhibitory compounds that differed from auxins were discovered. A substance that promotes abscission in cotton fruits was found 10 years later and called abscission second. At the same time, another compound that promotes bud dormancy was found are called dormine, and these two substances were found to be identical and called abscisic acid. Now, the physiological effects of abscisic acid. There are some physiological effects like the bud dormancy, inhibition of growth, seed development and germination, abscission, geotropism, stomatal closing, role in water stress, senescence, and other effects. So, the first is bud dormancy. Abscisic acid acts as a growth inhibitor and induces bud dormancy in a variety of plants. For example, the winter bud dormancy is induced by ABA accumulation in the duckweed plant. Next is inhibition of growth. ABA is a powerful growth inhibitor. It causes 50% inhibition of growth of oat coleoptile at a concentration of 10 to the power minus 6 meter. ABA also inhibits gibberellin stimulated growth. Next is seed development and germination. It has been observed that ABA accumulates in embryos of developing seeds. Either it is synthesized de novo or translocated from leaves. It inhibits formation of germination enzymes in the embryo and inhibits vivipary. Treatment of exogenous ABA inhibits seed germination even in presence of gibberellins and cytokinins. Next is abscission. As its names bear historical witness, abscisic acid was originally isolated as hormonal responsible for the abscission. Next is geotropism. There are sufficient evidences to support that ABA controls geotropic responses of root. It is present in the corn root cap, translocates basipetally and stimulates positive geotropic response by acting as inhibitor. Now, stomatal closing. Abscisic acid causes closure of stomata. It inhibits potassium uptake by guard cells and promotes the leakage of malic acid. It results reduction of osmotically active solute so that the guard cells become flaccid and stomata get closed. Next is role in water stress. ABA plays an important role in the plant during water stress and during drought conditions. It has been observed that the concentration of ABA increases in the leaves of plants facing such stresses. It results loss of turgor and closure of stomata. Next is senescence. Abscisic acid promotes senescence in leaves by causing loss of chlorophyll pigments, decreasing rate of photosynthesis, and changing the metabolism of proteins and nucleic acids. Some other effects of abscisic acid, like the promotion of flowering in some short day plants, induction of parthenocarpic development in rose, inhibition of gibberellin mediated synthesis of amylase during germination of cereal grains, increased resistance of plants to cold, etc. So this is all about the physiological effects of ABA. So this is the end of video in which we knew about uh, abscisic acid and ethylene. The next upcoming video will be on the photoperiodism and vernalization. If you understand this video, please like and share it and subscribe to my channel and look my biology classes. If you have any question, any queries or any suggestions, you can ask in the comment section below. Thank you for the watching.